Alright guys, Honey Jefe here. It's April 25th. It's about 4:50. Temperature is about 64 to 83 degrees up here in northwest Louisiana. We're here at the Apiary. Just gonna see if these guys are ready for supers. If not, I'm gonna feed them again. We're about right on the nectar flow, honey flow. So my goal today is to either put well, I'm not gonna be able to put a super on you. I didn't bring a super because my main goal is to see if any of those nukes are ready to move over in boxes over there. But I do want to see if these guys are ready for supers. If they are, I'll bring them over here tomorrow morning. I have a swarm that I believe I've got in my hive butler that I'll bring over here and transfer them to a box in the morning. So but I do just kind of want to peek in on these guys, and if they don't need a super, I'll just keep feeding them. As long as they keep taking it, I'm gonna keep feeding them. And what else? Oh, I need to work on this pallet right back here. I need to take out that board in the middle where the W clips are at, if you can see them, and replace it with these. See how they got that dado spot right there? It's complicated stuff that I don't know how to do, which is just about anything. All right, let me see. I don't know if this mic is going to pick up or not. I got it in my pocket right here. You'll be able to see it in a second. Let me back that up a little bit. I do need to do that. And so when I do this one here, I'm going to take that pallet over here out. And then I'll have enough pallets that are properly built. All right, here we go. I've been told I've been smoking them too much. But there's the houses right here. I want to see what it's like when I open them up right away. Oh, that was smart. Bees here. Hey, look, like a pretty good population. They're still working quite a bit on the foundation out here. So I've not smoked them down. Let me, big hole. So there we are. The ones over there on the left side, they look like they're still mostly foundation. So we'll start pulling them out. I'm scared the sun is gonna be too hot again here in a second. All right. Let's see if they are making their way out here. It looks pretty old. I mean, that's not, I don't think that's new. This looks a little more promising. I don't want to add honey supers. I do want to add honey supers on here. I don't want to do it at the wrong time, which is what I'm pretty good at doing. So they are, this comb I believe is built out more, this frame. See how this looks. This looks like it's been built out more. Actually, we're starting to kind of build out in those gaps. It's actually kind of neat. All right, oh, sorry, bee. I want to look at this one here on the end. Actually, it looks pretty good. I don't remember how this one was. It's like an older frame. It's got a lot of nectar in there. Let me put that back down. All right, so I am tempted to put a super on here. I'm going to resist that temptation. I'm going to give them another quart or so of this Prosweet from Man Lake, and slide this over now. Just killed the bee. All right. So maybe they'll build that up. I don't think I'm going to film that. I'm just going to do it, tell y'all I did it. These guys could use another quart for sure. Even there's a nectar flow coming. If it's not here already, there's some guys getting their supers. With honey there. I'm gonna peek in this box over here. This one right here on the right. This is the one that I just poured some extra syrup in. Yeah, it's empty. So, I mean, other than just being empty, it's not really interesting to look at. That internal feeder. There's a peacock over there. All right, I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm not real comfortable not smoking them first, but that last set of bees didn't like jump around. But I'm ready to smoke them. All right, guys. Let y'all look at that for a minute. A bit of smoke getting on them, but not much. Over there on that top right. It looks like there's a lot of bees down in the middle of these frames, but all right. So I'm gonna pull a frame out or two. See how that looks. It's 10 minutes. battery's still going on. So I created this big space so I don't have to worry about rolling a bunch of bees. I did that by pushing everything to one side. All right, so this is the kind of space, the gaps I was talking about in that frame over there. Maybe this is the one I had in mind. Slide that right here. Yeah, I think they are. I'll have to go back and look at the videos and see what those over there look like. Some nectar going on there. I'm going to slide it right here. It's kind of the same. Alright, I'm going to slide. Let's pull this up. Alright. So it looks like these spots right here, these lighter color spots, it's like newer comb. So what I'm envisioning is it was like this, kind of like what I just pointed out over there, and the bees are just actually working on it and building it up. See, it's discolored or cleaner in those spots over here, right here. All right, let me see. So I'm gonna look here. This looks pretty good. There's some brood down there, so make sure I don't have the queen. Yeah. These guys will be getting new queens soon. It's like a capped honey around the edge there. There's brood down there. I can see it. I don't want to pull it out. I just want to look. This bee business is a pretty tough business. It's not a hobby. It's not been a hobby for a long time now for me. This is a business, but it's a passion too. So come out here when I don't want to right now. Pretty tired. Slide these back. I'm gonna fill these guys up with some syrup. I just poured out a lot of water. Well, no, I still got some water. Let's see how the recording is going. I think when I feed those bees, I'm gonna put you in the shade a little bit. When I feed these bees, before I do, I'm gonna fix that pallet over here behind us. And I'm gonna take them off this pallet and switch them over. Shouldn't be that difficult. See how far down you can see there. Not too far. All right, I'm gonna pull this down. Somebody kind of commented on, I make these little shorts videos, and they're usually just excerpts from the longer videos, which is probably a pretty common thing. I kind of have fun with it. I'm being kind of funny with my labels, things that I say and think about, but they're only like 4, 5, 6, 7 seconds long. Not meant to be really explanational, but comment was, "You're boring." I agree. He said you need to talk more. You need to do a narrative. I'm like, that would make it even more boring. I mean, you're not wrong. So you got to have somebody who's good at doing that. No, I don't know if that's me. I'm not upset or anything like that. I'm just kind of picking, you know. One comment was to get the videos in closer to the bees. And I think that's a great comment, rather than just watching me move around. These guys don't look too bad. So I'll take that comment with a lot of encouragement. Like, yeah, you're right, I do agree with that. But part of it also is just, you know, am I able to do that? Am I able to explain what I'm doing? Or sometimes I am just kind of winging it. I'm not scared to admit it, so that's why you're not getting an explanation. There's still some frame, the foundation right here. So I think these guys need to be boiling over. I might have moved those last ones over a little bit soon. I was worried about them swarming out of the nuke box before I put them into deep brood. Kind of explained to me that a new queen, that this new mated queen, yeah, that needs to be. I'm gonna turn this around. So that's on the inside, but they're not likely to swarm. I mean, they can, I'm sure. I don't think that's what you mean. They absolutely will not. I speak in terms of absolutes, but you're more likely to come back to a box that's just full of bees spilling over the edges and out the front. These guys might be queenless, who knows? A lot of honey in there. It's not capped yet. A lot of nectar. I do actually have 2 swarms that I have. My old swarm trap where all the bees left me earlier this year from last year's swarm trap. They got a full. Yeah, I think. See, this is the same. This is the drones. This is definitely not getting its own box right now, for sure. Maybe I should look for a queen. I kind of feel like they don't have a queen. They should. I say that. Let's see. I keep coming up with this crap. It's just. Yeah, there's larvae right there. So it's either a bad queen, like there. I know I did this a while back. This is just not a good queen. There's one in there. That brood would not be there this long if they didn't have a queen. I see larvae in there. There's larvae in there. I can see that larva, so there's got to be a queen. I think it's obsessions like that is what is one of the reasons I take too long. Queen cups, I see a larva, I don't see a queen, I don't see a queen. And I was watching Beekeeping. Emily and Casey were doing like 100 and something thousand million splits. They had, I don't know, that many nukes. They had a lot of like pro nukes like this. They had them all different colors. The tops are different colors. And I know they had some that were like purple or maroon looking. They're pretty nice. I can't ever get them at Man Lake when I go look at them. Oh, they're just not bringing them out to me. So there's more larvae in there. Okay. Anyway, she mentioned that they have drain holes in there. Well, like I think I've seen some before, like in the bottom. I don't feel like I've been caught with water inside these guys, not draining out and getting up to the entry level there. And then I've seen what I thought were drain holes, and they're just like, I don't know. So I could be off. So what I'm referring to is when I came out here with the drill and put a couple of holes at one each side. Might have been done, but that's what I did because I was panicking. We had some really bad weather last night. Had a tree limb blown down in my backyard, which is expected because it's a red maple tree and it's got a lot of dead limbs up high and I just can't get to them. Too tall for me. But we've been having a bunch of bad weather, strong winds. There we go again. This is a focus in the middle. Alright, so these guys, I'm disappointed in you. And look, okay, I'm not going crazy. So there's a hole here. Like when I made this split, the bees were coming out and I was transferring them. They were coming out of here, so I put tape on them. And I noticed I had a couple other little holes. Now there's a hole here. I don't know if that's just from being in the sun. I mean, I've had the board over here. Let's look here. I'm going to zoom in a little bit on this. It's not quite as good. One day I'll be doing this. With a professional beekeeper and cameraman, videographer. Now I've seen the queen in a few of these. I've seen queen evidence in, like, I think the rest of them. I mean, that is disappointing. So I'm seeing nectar. sure I don't put the, make sure I'm gonna put them here on the side. Make sure I don't put the queen down or something like that. Just gotta worry about the queen. Okay, here's a brood right here. Well, a little bit of brood there in the middle. Not bad looking. See a queen walking around? No, but let's look here on the middle, or the inside. This is closer toward the center of the brood cluster. Okay. I'm gonna look at the next frame and then I'm gonna put them all back. Oh, I'm trying to look down there and see if I can see the drill holes. I don't want to pick the whole box up, but oh, this looks pretty good. So what I think is when all these guys hatch, emerge. That looks pretty good to me. On both sides. There's a queen cup that I got from Tracy. Thank you, Tracy. I wish I could get Tracy to do some videos. Guy's never met a stranger in his life. Somebody he couldn't turn on the bees. That guy is a go-getter, workaholic. Like, I don't know about workaholic, but he's definitely a go-getter. He doesn't waste any time. And so I want to go out there and learn with him, but I know I cannot keep up with that guy. I'll be slowing him down. All right. But he's got so much knowledge and information. He's the one I told you that says you think in terms of the apiary, not the beehive. Kind of how like you think about, you don't think about the individual bees, you think about the hive. He's looking at the apiary. I don't think any of these guys are going to be ready for their box. I'll be put into a box. These guys definitely are not ready. Here, yeah, these guys aren't ready. I don't think they have a queen. Well, there's larvae right there. I mean, I see larvae. I don't see cat brood. I see larvae right here. Take a screenshot of that. Should have held that a little bit longer, right? There's larvae there, right here. Just not seeing capped brood. See a small hot beetle. I'm not seeing much progress in terms of stupid beetle. That's so freaking frustrating. This is just foundation. Make sure that I'm not missing some eggs or something like that. I'm looking down there. Larva. I mean, that's definitely larva. Let me just look real close for that queen. Not a whole lot of bees right here, right? So if the queen is there, I would see it. She's sweatband on my head, so this cap is not helping. More larva. So that's the same larva. I mean, the first one I saw right there. You see if the queen is just not walking around here laying eggs. Yep. Looks like a little bit of cat brood. I can't be wrong with that. Remind me of this moment when I say I want to try getting some chickens. Since the bees are calm, I'm just going to go ahead and just take my sweet time. I'm not going anywhere after this. I'm going home. So I'm going to clean these frames a little bit. All right, vented. Excuse me. So I started this about March the 15th. Around that time, maybe before, maybe 13th or 12th, but it's the 25th of April, so that's about 6 weeks. I expect to see more activity right there, and the ones that are successful. I'm having a hard time getting that. Okay, that's a lot of bees. That actually is a lot of bees right there, guys. That's why I was having a hard time getting it. I think these guys need their own box. Did I bring bottoms? I brought tops. I think I brought new bottoms. Let me kind of put these down for right now. All right, I'm not going to film this part, but what I'm going to do is go I'm going to fix that pallet, put that middle set of bees on the new pallet that I fixed, or the pallet that I work on. Take that pallet that I pull the bees off of, fix that one, put these bees on there. Unless I can, no, because let me think. I can get sweat in my eyes. All right, this is the thought process. Because I don't want to pick up that full set of bees. Let me turn this around. I don't want to pick those guys up and have to place them somewhere for a few minutes while I'm preparing that pallet. I want to have the pallet ready to go so I can just slide them over. So that's going to require me to fix the one back there. And I can pull these boxes off, slide them on there real quick. All right, so that's my goal. I brought the tools out here to do it, in that bucket, but I'm gonna let the foam cool down a little bit. It's been 40 minutes. I'm I'm glad to see at least one of these suckers is ready to move. If you're wondering why I don't just slide those frames into a box on top of one of these pallets, it's because I don't want them to lose their workforce, their foraging bees that haven't returned yet. All right, guys, let me go do that. I want to close real quick. Saying thank you for watching so far, and I'm going to do some work here that is even more boring to watch than what you just watched. Have a great one. This is my office.